Oh. Hey, so how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah. Doing all right.
Yes.
You excited for another show?
No, it's gonna be great. Yeah.
So, do you guys sleep at all during this weekend?
We get some sleep, yeah, but it goes by so fast. I don't want to spend a lot of time in bed when there's just so much going on.
I know. I'm an insomniac normally, so I normally sleep about 3 hours a day.
Wow.
And during FanX, I sleep almost not at all.
Wow.
So,
well,
this is so much fun.
Better than me on that. I can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I have so little else in my life to get me through. So. This is what I do every year.
You look forward to it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is my annual vacation. So.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I love hearing that. That makes me so happy to hear. You know, I'll say this is when we started doing the event, I had no idea that it would become such a part of people's lives that it is. You know, I thought, hey, it's an event, just comes up and people go to it and then they go on with the rest of their life. Yeah. But people come to these events, they make friends, they get in groups, they meet on a regular basis, and it becomes a lifestyle. Yeah, and that's something that it was just a new experience for me to realize what impact it has. And so to hear your story, it makes me happy. It makes me so happy that you have this, but also that you support us like you do.
Thank you. Yeah, because literally months before you guys announced the first show, I was talking with a friend of mine back home in LA, and I was like, Kiki, what do you think it would take to get a Comic-Con up here? She's like, I don't know, maybe for someone to do it? Yeah, but I don't know how. It's like, I'm looking to you for advice here. It's like, I don't know. And then, literally, months later, you guys made the first announcement, so thank you so much for that.
Well, I'm fortunate to be a part of this. That for me, I had attended some different events as a vendor, and I got pulled into the energy. I didn't know what they were before. And then I started going to these Wizard World conventions and a few other ones. And I love the energy. And I thought, why don't we have something like that in Utah? And I started taking my wife to a few of them. She's like, damn, this is great. We need to do it in Utah. And just kind of a turn of events, the circumstances set it up that it was just perfect time to move ahead and do it here in Utah. Yeah. And I'm sure like you said, you had the idea. I've run into a lot of people that thought, we need to do it here. But it just, the right components came together, and it was really based on one thing that helped was my relationship I had with Lou Frigno, and Kevin Sorbo, and Manu, and other people, Daniel Logan, to be able to just kind of get that momentum built into the first event. Yeah,
because I've heard stories about other Comic-Cons being hosted around here that did not do well. So
it's a hard thing to do. It is. When I hear stories about people having a hard time, I feel really bad for them because I know, those are people with a lot of passion. They put their heart and soul into it. But it's not something that you can just put up a shingle on your door and it goes well. Really, what came together for us, we have a great market here, but still you had to get that word out to people. People had to know about it. And Brian did such a great job of building that energy and an excitement through social media. And he used Facebook in a way that, as I had seen all these other conventions, nobody was using, they kind of would put up a Facebook page and maybe put up a post once in a while. But Brian created a Facebook page, he engaged with it, and it built this huge momentum. And then we were able to symbiotically, so we bring in a good guest, and then we put it on that Facebook engine, and it would blow up. Oh yeah. And so that's kind of how it all worked. Just so many things came together to create that first event.
Yeah, well, it's been fantastic and getting better every year. So again, thank you so much for all of this.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Where are you from?
Well, I live here, so But we do the Redstone Diaries podcast on CommonShedRadio.com. No, you're good. I just want to take a minute and thank you so much for everything that you and Dan do here, because it's my annual vacation. It's
so many people that make this happen. Yeah,
I know, but at some point you guys said, let's do this, and then you did it, which is one step further than I got with my planning of a Comic-Con. So, but again, thank you guys so much for everything you do, because it's a fantastic show every year, and it just gets better and better.
Thank you.
So, I just want to say thanks, and I'm sure you're busy, so we don't want to keep you too long. So.
Well, make sure you have a great time, and we've got a fantastic guest lined up Make sure you go see Evermore Park Pavilion. Big Sony PlayStation has a triple wide truck in there.
Wow.
And I will give you guys a little secret inside information. We have a guest attending our event who is the only actor who's been in all 6 Star Wars movies.
I'm trying to think. Because I'm pretty sure. Is it Ian McDiarmid?
No, I think he's been in 5.
Oh, that's right, huh? So.
Yeah, so the only guy that's been in all 6 Star Wars movies is Chuck Norris. He is the Force.
Got it. I see what you did there. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Well, hot and tired, so status quo. Yeah, I don't do well with the heat.
I just came from Las Vegas. It's really hot there. That's my home.
I'm so sorry. I've heard Vegas is a good place to live, but
It is, but
it's so hot.
there's 3 months a year you don't want to be there. And this is one of them.
Yeah. Well, glad you're here then, where it's
Thank you.
marginally less hot.
It is.
So yeah, you're Paige O'Hara.
Yes.
So, sorry, we're recording with a bunch of different stuff, so.
How are you?
I finally got some of my idiot friends to show up on time. So, yeah. So, Jeremy mentioned that you got a new project coming up soon.
Yes, we have Wreck-It 2 coming out.
Sweet. I still haven't watched. Yeah, I still haven't watched the first one. I know I love it. I just haven't taken the time.
It's great. All the princesses are in it, and they're fierce.
That did make me laugh. I saw that in the trailer
Oh, you
the other
did?
day. Yeah.
Well, as a result of that trailer, our parts got bigger.
Oh yeah.
So just a few months ago, we all went back into the studio and have a new scene. So
Sweet.
I won't give it away, but it's really fun.
I love when stuff like that happens.
It's amazing.
Yeah, because I'm a just total whore for special features. So anytime I buy a new DVD, the first thing I do is maybe watch the movie and then jump to special features. And I love hearing when stuff like gets added just because.
They've never allowed all the princesses to interact.
Really?
And even as an artist with Disney, we have rules we're not allowed to put them in the same painting unless
Really?
they're in their own worlds.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's crazy.
Huh.
So this is a first, and it's really fun.
Yeah. Wow. So I presume you're. I can't think of the word now.
That's okay.
Doing your old character again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Reprising. That's the word.
Reprising the role.
Yes.
Reprising the role. That's what we meant to say.
How do I sound? Oh.
Well, it's kind of fun. When they called up, I thought they were kidding. It was a joke. And I was like, no, serious, Paige. We really want you to reprise Belle. And,
Wow.
So it was really fun.
Was it, a difficult task getting back into that?
Yeah. It's been, what was kind of wonderful is that Howard Ashman insisted on Belle being my own voice.
Yeah.
I didn't have to alter it at all. And it's my voice only softer. I'll give you an example. That microphone.
By all means.
Gaston, you're positively primeval. It's my voice only softer.
Yeah, that's another thing I've always been interested in is voice acting.
Yeah.
And of course, my dumbass moved to Utah before I could get into anything like that. So, because I grew up in LA, where I should be doing things.
Well, I don't really consider myself a voice actor because Beauty and the Beast was really all about they wanted Broadway people. So I worked in the Broadway theater for since 1975.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I was a Broadway thing. Consequently, they all the principal roles in Beauty and the Beast are Broadway actors, the singers.
Positive that makes sense with all of the singing.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched the new the live action remake that they did?
I was at the premiere.
Yeah.
It was really wonderful, and I got to hear Emma go, Paige! And I said, Emma! And I got to give her a hug and meet with her and talk with her. And
So did you get a chance to push her down some stairs when no one was looking?
no.
You're a nicer person than I am.
She could be my daughter easily. So it's kind of, she kind of reminds me of a little me in some ways. She's really adorable.
That's cool.
And I thought she did a great job. I thought the film was wonderfully made. It's very different, a lot darker than mine.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of that one. Just because being a middle-aged man who's dying alone, I can't really go out to kids' movies and not look like that guy. So yeah, it's been difficult for me to try and watch some of those younger skewing movies now.
You'll love it though. Dan Stevens is amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, he really is.
Sounds good.
Robbie Benson's here.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's not at the press jug, but he'll be at the event. But even Robbie said he loved what Dan did with the role. It's interesting.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.
and
Nice to
coming
meet you.
out.
Good
Yeah.
luck. I hope you do the voice acting sometime.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
You have a pretty speaky voice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, but I've been working on stand-up more or less for the last few years. So
That's so hard. Oh my God. Good for you.
the only hard part is getting people to laugh at my dead mom jokes. So
Oh,
you know.
that's hard.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again.
Hey, take care.
Hey, I'm John. Man. Hey, have we met? No. Sorry, Tim. Never mind.
I've got one of those faces that works well in lineups. So
Oh, that's not necessarily a good thing.
yeah,
He
well,
looks familiar. I think it's him.
yeah, it helps. So how's it going?
You know what? It's going great. I'm
Yeah?
looking forward to a fantastic 3 days. The energy around the event is through the roof, and I've never done FanX Salt Lake City, although I have spent time in Salt Lake City and
so
Sundance. No. I love it. It's beautiful. Are you from here?
Oh hell no.
Oh, hell no?
No, I'm from LA.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah, I've been here too long
now.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, originally I moved here to get away from the heat and my mother, but now that she's dead and the heat followed me up here, I'm running out of reasons to not go home.
Followed you up here. You know, my driver coming in from town was an air conditioning man. And I said, man, your business must be booming.
Yeah.
You know? He said, yeah, actually, you're right. It is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is this, this is the first time you've been to FanX?
First FanX.
Have you been to, like, San Diego or New York?
I went to San Diego, interestingly enough, back in 1990 for the original Flash.
Yeah.
Except at that time, you walked through in a couple of hours, signed to have it as an autograph, and went back to LA. Skipped to 2014 for the new CW Flash starring Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
And 180,000 people take over the town. 7,000 people sleep outside of Hall H
Yeah.
to see the premiere of our pilot. It is a completely different experience. I do take some pride in the fact that we kind of pioneered a new way of telling these stories on television back in the day,
Yeah.
and the payoff is all the amazing. I mean, what a time to be a comic book fan
seriously.
or a comic book actor.
I know, and I feel like it started when I was a child. I mean, it may have been because I was going through other stuff then, and the kids were trying to not be mean to me. But like my whole class started like watching Spider-Man because that was one of the things I was interested in.
Yeah.
So I like to think I started all of this.
You did. This is all you. Even the chandelier is you.
Well, I don't want to brag, but but yeah. So, what was it like playing, Barry Allen in '90? I forget how long ago that was now, and then playing Jay Garrick now.
Well, it's like everybody said when I came back to play the father. They said, I said, having played Barry Allen helped me play Henry Allen better because I understood a little bit of what Grant Gustin was going through. And it had been 24 years, man. That's a long time to represent. I was ready to, hand it off, and I couldn't be more fond of him, both as a person and as an actor.
Yeah.
So those Henry Barry scenes, man, they would choke me up every time. And then they did the turnaround, and he was killed, and I came back as the Golden Age Flash, which seems appropriate to our audience since I was what they call the OG Flash back in the day. So it all comes full circle in kind of a wonderful way.
Yeah, and I'm sure I watched The Flash with my dad then, but
I love these stories.
Oh, yeah.
You watched it with your dad.
yeah, but I don't remember too much about it.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason there was that scene.
And that's why,
Yeah.
a little plug here, we're going to have the DC Universe because the OG Flash is going to be streaming on the DC Universe channel.
Yeah, it's just, there was one scene that always stuck with me for like 20 years. And it was just the scene in the pilot where Barry Allen gets picked up by the police because he's just wandering the streets or something, and they take him home, and they're making fun of the red boots.
Yes.
That one scene always stuck with me.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
did
know
you
why.
get a load of those red booties?
But yeah, and again with the new CW Flash, like all of the father-son stuff always gets to me because my dad died when I was young. So
did he? How old?
He was 53.
No. Oh my God! I meant how old were you?
Oh, I was
Jeez.
12. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry.
Well, I've worked through it now.
You know what?
I'm telling jokes about it now.
No,
so.
I have to tell you, in all seriousness, one of the amazing things about having been involved in this franchise for as long as I have is you get these amazing stories that people who watch the show with their parents and are now watching the new show with their kids, and they tell me that I'm the thread that sort of runs through that tapestry. And not to bring everything down, but it really, that means a lot to me.
Yeah. So, yeah, and thank you again for doing that, because, I mean, you've done a fantastic job, and it's been a great show. I'm a little bit behind, but I've been meaning to catch up.
You got to catch up, man.
I know.
Because I understand season 5 is going to be killer. You got to be ready for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, anything else coming up soon? And
I'm workshopping a play in New York about the lifelong friendship of Jimmy Stewart and Henry Fonda.
Oh, wow.
It's called Hank and Jim Build a Plane. They used to like to get together and build model airplanes on Sundays and maintain a friendship in spite of vast political differences and romantic rivalries. So the importance of friendship, even though we may not always agree, is kind of the theme of that. But we're workshopping it now, and more will be revealed about that. And I also want to plug an audio drama, Powder Birds, which is on iTunes, and I play a blind sheriff in the Old West. We had Ed Asner, Robert Vaughn guest star, and we won the Sovas Award at Lincoln Center for outstanding storytelling and performance last year. So check that out online.
Sweet, I will.
powderburnswest.com or Powder Burns on iTunes.
Fantastic. Yeah, because I mean, I do a podcast,
and you could just happen to find the OG Flash on iTunes too. So there you go.
So yeah, I love podcasts. Everything about it is fantastic. So I'm looking forward to that. All right. Well, thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Hey,
what's your name, dude?
I'm Tim.
Tim, I'm Jesse. Manu. It is Manu, not Manu, right? I want to say that's what I thought. Good. Hi.
And I want to be a voice actor. So.
Oh, I'll give you some advice when we're wrapped up. I'll give you a couple things to check out. Yeah, I'm happy to, man.
Yeah, because that's one thing that I always want to talk about, because that's one thing I've always been interested in.
It's great, dude.
And I just never got
He
off
should
my
be
ass
doing.
to
He's
get
got
into
such
it.
a great voice.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
was
heard
about
this
to
guy's
mention-
pipes?
I mean, I kind of do voice acting anyway.
Doesn't-
like Ozzo is like voice.
It doesn't matter. It's not even about necessarily doing characters. It's about bringing something cool to the table, which you already have. And in terms of just doing legits, you totally do.
I did American Dad, one episode.
There you go. You see that? American Manu. It's the spin-off, bro. It's gonna have his own thing.
I played a wood chopper.
Yeah, and he'll play the cool guy. I'll do all the goofy stuff. It'll be fine.
Well, one of my most favorite things ever is on Superman Doomsday.
Yeah.
Harry Wise did the voice of I can't remember his name now. Harry White.
Yes.
And I'm a whore for special features. So anytime I buy a new DVD of anything,
There's
I
always
buy,
cool
watch
stuff,
the feature,
yeah.
and then I go to the special features.
Yeah, it's fun.
And everyone's talking about how I was like, yeah, I love voice acting because I can just show up in my pajamas and then we do our work. But then Ray Wise shows up in a full three-piece suit. He's well groomed.
Yeah.
His hair is trimmed and neat.
Like me.
Yeah. So yeah, I love hearing behind the scenes stuff like that.
Oh, it's the best, man, and it's honestly the best job in the world because it makes people happy, and because I've done some on-camera work a little bit, not nearly as much as my friend here, but it's so much work. It's so hard, and it's you're there for 12, 13, 14 hours sometimes, and you're sitting around a lot. And I got ADD real bad, dude, so it doesn't work for me. With cartoons, I'm on 10 cartoons at a time.
Right.
And I have to go bounce from one to the next and go get some Chinese food and go home, dude. It's awesome.
I know, that sounds like so much fun.
It is fun.
And that's my only regret is because I grew up in LA and I moved up here 16 years ago.
Listen, you can make work anywhere, and even if you start small,
I know that now. It's just, I had ins back then, and I never took advantage of anything.
Never too late, bro.
Yeah. That's what people tell me, but
come on. Now, screw them. I'm telling you, dude.
All right, because you said it.
Yeah, who are you going to listen to? Me.
I don't know. What do you got to say about that, man?
He agrees.
You guys just go ahead and just keep chatting about this stuff. I don't know, bro. You say had ins. There's always ins.
Yeah, you can always make new ins.
Nobody ever needs to give up on anything.
No, and if you have a desire in your heart to do something, the least you can do is try.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so which would you guys think would be more difficult right now, getting into live acting or voice acting?
Oh wow, geez. They're both
the difficult thing is just the choice. You know, the choice of any artist is just to make that
And make a move.
make a move, make a move and go toward it. You know, I mean, I hear so many people say, "I want to, I want," but want is kind of like not.
That's passive.
Yeah.
Wanting is passive. Doing is not.
Having is you know, you got to occupy the space and go get it. You know, but it's no easy road. You know. But it takes absolute commitment, you know, just 100% commitment, you know. And if you want to be involved, like, you know, because a lot of young people that, you know, because we go from state to state all over the country, you know, and of course, you know, everyone goes like, oh, it's LA, it's Hollywood, but take a look at your favorite actors and find out where they're from.
Right.
There's none of them everywhere, you know, except for the ones that came through the royalty of the Hollywood families.
The dynasties.
You know, everybody else is just a bunch of scattered people from all over the world
who took a chance and followed what they wanted to do. But I will tell you this, you know, I meet so many people at these shows, and it's a very easy cop-out to say, oh, it's so hard to break in. It's so hard to break in. And to that, I can tell you, I broke in. All my friends who do it broke in. He broke in. If we can do it, we're not magical. Why can't you? You know, don't limit yourself.
I genuinely thought you guys were magical.
Well, he is.
Well, I think at the end of the day,
I have magical hair.
At the end of the day, you want to tell a story. You know, whether you're a singer or whether you're an actor, you want to be part of the storytelling process. Now, you're never going to be working alone in that process, because whether you're a musician, you got to work with the recording artists and the studios.
Put up with your band.
And, you know, all the people who do all the technical stuff. You know, but the thing is, you just got to want to tell a story, and then you've just got to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to tell a story. You know, and then you start doing that. You know, and you know, there's no requirement. There's no one look. There's no nationality even anymore. You know, all the boundaries are sort of opening up, and you know, really, it's just if you want to be part of the storytelling industry, just make that decision.
Entertain people,
you know, and go look for people who are holding cameras and
try to jump in front of them.
Some sort of production.
Indeed,
just get some practice.
Yeah.
You know.
I was about to say something.
And if you want to do voices, you know, like you know.
If you want to do, well, as far
the
as
only voice I can do when I do it for my kids is.
Wow, see already he's off to a great start. He's taking over show business, man. You were there. Yeah, that's very good. No, you know what's.
Or on 3.
Oh yeah,
1, 2, 3.
Salt Lake City. that's our tagline now, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was like, 'cause you guys come up for every show, it seems.
Yeah, well, you know why? Because we listen. There's a lot of shows, and you can't do them all. But I can speak for myself, and I have a feeling for my friend here. This is one show we don't want to miss unless we have to, because it's the best of its kind. Period. The guys who put it on, Dan Farr and Brian Granberg, do a better job of putting these shows on than anybody else I can name. Nothing against those other folks. These guys just kind of go the extra mile, not just for us, but even more importantly, for the people on the other side of the table.
Right.
And that's what counts.
Oh, yeah.
Because those people should not be treated like afterthoughts. They're the reason that we have a job, and they're the reason that these shows exist, and they need to be treated with respect. And these guys do it.
Yeah, I've been coming to the show every single year.
Good man.
So even when they were doing
Me
this
too,
every
him
year,
too.
So yeah, it's, you know, like I was telling Dan, this is my annual vacation.
Cool,
like,
buddy.
Fuck Disneyland.
Hey, whoa! Hey, he said it. That wasn't us, dude. That was Tim, dude. Tim, Paige O'Hara's over there. Watch your mouth.
Oh no, it's good.
On that note,
No, it's just that I'm tired of Disneyland because I did it so much as a child.
It's a
so.
soundbite.
But-
It's a soundbite.
It's not about use that. That's the promo, bro.
But yeah, I mean, you know, I went to San Diego one year with a group of friends from work at the time, and it cost hundreds of dollars, and then we had to drive, you know, like
It's an undertaking.
24, 30 hours.
Yeah.
And I literally just look down the street from Salt Palace now. So
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
it's
easier.
It's fantastic.
Listen, before you go, I want you guys to remember to look up vobuzzweekly.com. It's a website, vobuzzweekly, you as well.com. It basically is long, in-depth lessons with myself and a ton of people like me who have all done very well doing this. And the best way to learn to do something is learn from somebody who does it.
Right.
Okay? It's all free. You will gather so much knowledge. You will learn so much. Like he said, don't listen passively. Listen actively. Do something. Have a pen. Write stuff down. Get some advice, and you never know. Maybe we'll work together one of these days on a cartoon or something.
Sounds great.
All right?
All right, well, thank you guys so
Nice
much
meeting you,
for
Tim.
this, for coming up
Good
every
luck
year.
to you both, guys. Thanks, guys.
See you again, kind sir.
Videos and do all that for editing. So yeah, I'm excited for you.